I'm looking for something less like a cage, more like a nice hug.
Hug? Did someone say hug? Who needs a hug? I've got all the hugs you need. Calm down, Finn. It was just a quote from the episode. Nobody needs a hug. Do you need a hug, Tightwad? No. He's getting one anyway. I'm Finn the Pony, and it's time for Finn Bits. So, Fluttershy Leans in, an episode where Fluttershy plans to build the ultimate sanctuary for needy animals, but when she hires some professionals on her friends' recommendations, they turn her dream into a nightmare. Which side of the shy spectrum will this story end up on? Let's find out. I think it's safe to say that Fluttershy episodes have really been hitting their stride as of late. Each one just seems to get better and better, showing her abilities to stand up to her friends, family, and even cute little creatures. Her growth as a character is a lot more evident than most of the main six in my opinion, and each new episode with her left me guessing, what would she learn next? Well, after seeing her first solo outing this season, I've been given an answer that will shock the community and leave mouths agape and questioning reality. Nothing. Yeah, nothing at all. No new lessons are learned, no new skills are acquired, no part of her character changes whatsoever. And believe it or not, that's actually a good thing. Let me explain. Fluttershy has a dream to create a sanctuary for all her animal friends. A peaceful environment where creatures of all kinds can relax and recover. Right off the bat, that is a fantastic idea for a Fluttershy episode, taking her love of treating animals to the next level, expanding from her small little cottage into a large-scale habitat, and even helping an overworked vet pony in the process. But we'll get to her later. Some of her friends recommend a few ponies that might be able to help out in a few areas, such as construction, design, and animal management. But when they start sticking to their own devices instead of following what Fluttershy says, she needs to stand up for her animals, her beliefs, and her dreams. And does she ever? And that right there is why I like this episode. You see, this is a rare kind of story where Flutters doesn't learn something new, but instead compiles everything she's learned over the years in one amazing display. When the professionals try to force their input down her throat, she's persistent to tell them what she wants. When she's not satisfied with their work, she clearly makes it known to them. And she even makes the choice to dismiss them when they continuously not listen to her. I wouldn't call what she's doing jerkish or mean, just assertive. She wants something done a certain way and the pony she hired just didn't cooperate. Heck, before she tells them to leave, she even thanks them for trying to help. So it's clear that she doesn't want there to be any bad blood between them. I personally think she handled it in a very mature and professional way. And it shows the audience just how far she's come as a character, which if you remember season 1 is pretty freaking far. As far as the other characters go, we've got a very hit-and-miss crowd here. Dr. Fauna, for example, presents a personality that I'm sure just about everybody can relate to. She is stressed and overworked to death, to the point where she starts to panic and freak out over what's going to become of her and her career. But at the same time, we still get to see her compassionate, loving side, showing that even amongst all this chaos, she still cares deeply for animals of all kinds. She clearly loves what she does. It's just that what she loves is starting to take a toll on her, which makes it all the more satisfying when she sees the completed sanctuary and can finally breathe a sigh of relief. It's unlikely that she'll appear in any future episodes, but she certainly made her mark here, that's for sure. In addition, we get some awesome appearances from familiar faces. Big Daddy McColt shows up at the end as one of the ponies who helps to construct the sanctuary. Building an enclosure for animals seems like something that's right up his alley, and it was a clever use of his pre-existing character. And believe it or not, Angel actually gives us one of his best performances in a long time. We get to see an actual moment of weakness from him where he hurts his foot and bursts into tears. Can you remember the last time when Angel of all people cried? I certainly can't. His usual snarky attitude is still present, but it's not overwhelming or obnoxious at all. It feels like just the right amount to fit in with this personality without getting too out of hand. Heck, we even get to see his audition tape for Equestrian Ninja Warrior. Okay, it's just him doing parkour, but it's still really nice to see him indulging in a hobby that none of us have seen before. He feels like much more of a character and less of a generic jerk, and I hope to see more of that side of him. On the opposite side of the spectrum, we have the three professional ponies, Hardhat, Wrangler, and Dandy. I'll put this one very simply. I like these characters, but I don't like how they were used. I thought their designs, voices, and different mannerisms were pretty interesting, and with a little spit and polish, they could have become some pretty interesting characters. But the way they were written just makes them feel like a means to an end. They dismiss Fluttershy's opinions and ideas behind her back almost immediately without even trying to implement them. They insult her visions when she tries to set them straight, and they just walk off in a huff when she tells them to go, like a bunch of angry kids who just got sent to their rooms. The way they're quickly brought in, cause a problem, and then leave doesn't really make them feel like the cool characters they could have been, which is a major disappointment. But all issues aside, Fluttershy Leans In is still a pretty good episode. The side characters can be a mixed bag, with some having memorable appearances and some being missed opportunities, but I think we can all agree here that Fluttershy is the one who steals the show. It's nice to have an episode that just celebrates her achievements and shows us how far she's come. From the way she deals with the professionals to the awesome speech she gives to her friends, it's evident that the skills she's learned have not fallen on deaf ears, and I look forward to seeing what life goals she'll strive for in the future. Best of luck to you in the future, Fluttershy! Flutter Bold? Flutter Brave? Flutter Not Shy? I'll work on it. Well, I hope you all enjoyed my quick little playthrough of this episode, and feel free to tell me what you thought of this episode in the comments below. Are you proud of the way the writers portrayed Flutters in this episode? After seeing Rarity's various boutiques and Fluttershy's new sanctuary, do you think any of the other main 6 members should expand? I'm not the only one that thinks Pinkie should open up her own party place, right? You know, a Chuck E. Cheese type establishment where ponies can arrange birthdays and just have a fun old time? Pinkie's Party Palace. That needs to be a thing. Thanks for playing along with me. I'm Finn the Pony, and I hope to see you all next time on Finbits.
Parkour! Parkour! Is that a rock? I'll jump over it.